IT at Nominet. We are the UK domain name registry. We look after the UK domain name system, and we preside over about 8.5 million UK domain names. So the three main challenges for me are, firstly, it's the breadth of challenges that we have in terms of their technical, their political, and they often involve people around running a domain name system. It's a very diverse system. The second one is securing the more technical aspects of the registry in terms of making sure the domain name system is secure from a technical perspective. And for me, the third one is providing a resilient service that's very stable, and that's where we use Neustar's Anycast service to help us in providing a diverse range of services that can absorb threats like denial of service and provide us with a very high level of uptime. The sort of hacker or criminal, if you like, is using a wide range of threats. They're trying both a technological approach by using technologies such as spoofing to DNS. They're also trying much more simple techniques like social engineering to try and get hold of passwords and to access people's details. So it's a very broad range of threats, and we have to face that broad range on a case-by-case basis and apply a different approach. We've not seen any direct attacks on Nominet itself. We've seen the evidence of attacks on the domain name system as a whole. We have seen what we might consider suspicious behaviour towards the registry, but so far we've had a very safe and stable registry for the last 13 or so years. Probably the most significant threat to us, and one that all the registries around the world are looking at dealing with, is probably the DNS security threat. As we know, the domain name system itself was designed 25 years ago for a much more trusted internet space, and as a result there are inherent insecurities in that system which have yet to be exploited, it has to be said, properly. However, it's our job to make sure we can prevent any exploitation of those what we might call weaknesses in the domain name system, and that's why we're implementing DNS security extensions into the DNS. UK is one of the leading registries in doing that in the world, along with VeriSign and along with ICANN at the root level, making sure we have a really secure DNS system. So that's probably one of the key challenges for me at the moment, and we're right in the middle of implementing that solution. So DNS security extensions are an add-on, if you like, to the DNS protocol that allows us to sign the responses that come backwards and forwards between name servers. What that makes it very difficult to do is for a hacker or a criminal to spoof DNS responses. And you hear, typically, I've been talking about an effect called cache poisoning, which is where a criminal can essentially insert fake records into an ISP's name server cache, and then traffic would then get diverted to a fake website or spoof email and so forth. And so the DNS security extensions prevent that from happening by signing and sort of guaranteeing that the data that you receive at your name server is the valid data that you asked for. I think probably the point for me is make sure that your services are resilient and secure and diverse. Make sure that you train and that you test regularly, and you don't ever sit on your laurels. You know, make sure you're reviewing your security protocols. Make sure you're looking at your people and your processes, and you look for that wide range of threats. It's very easy to focus, particularly when you run a technical team, on the technical threats, but often there are the more simple threats, like the people threats such as social engineering, and just also the possibility of getting some of your processes wrong. Making sure you practice and test is absolutely vital when it comes to security.